First, I'm going to step back all the way to King Solomon. These stories are complex, but I want to step back to Solomon because God, through David, his father, told him to build a temple. Now, when he's building this temple, what type of labor did Solomon use to build the temple? Shout it out. Slave labor. You telling me that Solomon used slave labor to build God's house? Does that sound like a God idea? For his forced labor, Solomon used the descendants of the people of Canaan, who the Israelites had not killed when they took possession of the land. These include the Amorites, the Hittites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, the Jebusites, whose descendants continue to be slaves. King Solomon drafted forced labor out of all Israel, and the draft numbered 30,000 men. He had 70,000 burden bearers, 80,000 stone cutters. The Midrash says that Solomon had these slaves of Israel, his brothers and sisters, making mud bricks. Does that sound like a God idea where now the king of Israel is making his fellow tribesmen make mud bricks? But this is the story that's happening here. Just to get an idea, is this what the text says about taking care of the foreigner in your land, the poor, the needy? The promised land that God told the children of Israel, this is for you to show who is God. Solomon wants to have a beautiful place, and in doing this, he uses slave labor and also even makes slaves of the children of Israel. When I talk about dealing with the gray or navigating the gray, at what price will you pay to do God's will? How easy is it to cross over the gray into the black in doing God's will? He tells you to do something and you do it. You need extra labor for the church, so you get this person that's available. You see it happening all the time. You need more funds for the church, so what do? Before long, it begins to go further and further, and now we'll have churches that open up media channels asking for seed money. If you send in 1,000, you're going to get 10 times. And these aren't just mega churches that are doing this. These are churches that we know. Why? Because it's so easy. You start the path, and he's like, I need more gold. Where can I get gold? Phoenicia is a great place to get gold. Oh, I need more stonemasons. I don't have enough stonemasons. It's taking too long. What do? Let me go enslave my brother. And before long, you end up with slaves and buying and selling yourself to Phoenicia. How did God tell Moses to build the tabernacle? Experts in your group, go round them up. Go talk to them and say, oh, you can do the curtains? Great. You're a gold worker? Great. But Solomon's like, no, I need something better. I need something bigger, more grand. Do you know what price it cost Solomon to do that? 1 Kings 9, King Solomon gave 20 towns in Galilee to Hiram, king of Tyre, because Hiram had supplied him with all the cedar and juniper and gold he wanted. 20 towns of Galilee. Gave it away. This is the promised land. Like, how do you do that? How do you survive in this world when there are things in our grocery store and things that we are interacting with that we would never hire a slave to make us shoes unless it was in a store that we could go buy it and not have to look at the slave. Like, how are we going to wrestle with some of these? I just want us to step back and realize this text is given for us so we can wrestle with these issues. If we would start as a community, because it takes a community, because these letters got sent around, and when Laodicea got this letter going, I have no idea what this bronze working is. I have no idea about this Jezebel. And some guys jumping up in the back and saying, pick me. I grew up in Thyatira. I know this story. If we as a community would get together and say, what about abortion? And someone in the back here is going to go, pick me, I know this story. I lived this story. How are you navigating the gray area? Don't navigate it alone. Don't navigate it alone. Because there'll be a Jewish Jezebel that's saying, well, I know the text too. Or there'll be this coworker that's going, I've been here for 35 years. As a community, we can come together and recognize that God has a purpose